Hello everybody, HCC788 here. Yes, that HCC788, and welcome to a new week in my Minecraft project. And today I'm going to show you this building. We're still just looking around my town. It's pretty small, but there will be many projects in the future. But I wanted to show you a few projects that I've completed so far. So we've already looked at my first house, which is over there, and my second house, which is over there. We will look at my third house. Oh, there's an Enderman. Let's not stare at him. We will look at my third house and my current house there in the near future. But first I wanted to show you this. This is something that for the past few times that I've been involved with Minecraft, I've tended to build in my world, and this is a self-sustaining building. The idea of this building is that it has everything you need to live, all of the food that you need, resources and such, so that you never really have to leave the house or leave the building if you didn't want to. So this is, it's probably not perfect. It's not, well, not probably, it's definitely not perfect. You can live in here, but it's missing a few things. It doesn't have a bed. I never used this as my home. The idea is that it's a place that you can get resources, a central location where you can find the essentials that you need. But it could be better. It could have more resources. It could have more farms. It could have safe places to sleep. But this it serves its purpose for what it is. Like the houses that we've looked at before, it served its purpose. It's been adequate without actually being spectacular. And this is something that I'd like to improve with future builds. I'd like future builds to be a bit more than adequate. I'd like for them to really be something special, something useful, and this almost is, but it could be better. But let's look at it anyway. So as you can see, I got a lot of stone and glass for this project. The stone, of course, came from cobblestone, which I smelted to become stone, and the glass came from sand from this area. This is technically in a desert here, and there's a desert over there. In fact, this whole area is almost surrounded by desert, so there's plenty of sand for glass. Now, getting the resources to build this was not that difficult, but what was here before the building was a big sandy hill in this desert. And to give you an idea, if I walk over here, you'll see this hill made out of sand and sandstone. Well, this pretty much covered this whole area, but I wanted to flatten it out because I wanted to build something here. So I was digging, I was harvesting sand and sandstone for a long time, and frankly I got sick of it. So I decided to use TNT. I had raided several desert temples and harvested the TNT from them, and I had made some additional TNT. I actually have a fair amount of TNT left over, but I decided I'm just going to lay a bunch of TNT and just blow up this hill rather than keep digging. That sounded like a good idea at the time, but in practice it didn't work out quite right, because as the TNT exploded, it launched some of the TNT to the surrounding area, which blew up some things that I didn't intend to blow up. So it would have been better to either use a lot less TNT or just keep digging, but I had to repair my fence over here. It launched some TNT over there, and most importantly, it damaged my village over here. I have flattened this out since then, but you may be wondering why this ugly fountain is here. I made a fountain out of it. Unfortunately, it's a bit close to this villager's house, but this used to be a hill with a water source on top, and when the TNT reached it, it blew it up and made this formation. So even though I would have more space to build if I were to tear the thing down, I decided to keep it as a monument to stupidity, a reminder to myself to not take shortcuts and to be more careful with TNT, because if I'm not careful, it can result in the wrecking of part of my village, and as you can see, the creation of a weird fountain here. So I decorated the fountain with several different light sources so it can light up at night. I put this barrier around it. I wanted it to be more round, but I ran into this problem. I didn't want to move this villager's house. So, yes, this is my monument to stupidity, which was created when I was trying to clear space to build that building. So, without further ado, let's go look in that building and see what we have. You can see some of it already through the glass, but let's take a closer look at it. My self-sustaining building. So, on the first floor, we have a tunnel. This tunnel goes to my house across the street, and I have a wall of furnaces here. Yeah, most of them still have coal in them, but I don't think there's anything left here. I think everything that I've smelted I've removed. But I thought up here I should have every type of crafting table that I could possibly need in a centralized location, except the music player there. Oh, hey, there's a disc. Which disc did I leave in there? This is... It just says music disc. Oh, C418 cat. So I did acquire this music disc from a chest from something that I raided. The idea of this was just to have a centralized location for stuff that I wanted to build and things that I wanted to craft. So it's not complete, as you can see here. I moved some things over to the new house and also moved them outside. I'll explain that later. But I have this crafting area set up over here in this corner with a crafting table, and I have used this a few times. Oh, we've got more enchanted books here. Man, I've just left things just everywhere in this world. So the first floor is just a bunch of things that I wanted to have handy for crafting and creating and enchanting. I should have had a brewing station down here, but I haven't really got into brewing yet. That's a project for the future, is to actually brew some potions. But this is pretty basic, but it's designed to be functional. It's designed to be useful to make things. So from there, we go to the second floor. And on the second floor, we have food. We have plants, and we also have some non-food plants like bamboo. We have some sugarcane, and of course these are automatic farms. As you can see, I'm sure you've seen setups like this before. As the bamboo grows and this observer sees the growth, it automatically activates this piston, which breaks the bamboo, and we collect the bamboo in this chest. So we've got some there. Same basic idea for the sugarcane. And then we've got these farms for the carrots and the wheat. But the carrots and the wheat have to be manually planted. I have not figured out a way to automatically plant new carrots and wheat after they're harvested. But it does harvest all of these at the same time and sends them to the chests. I think I've used quite a few carrots already. There are still some in there. So that's the idea of these sort of automated farms. These are automated. Those are, well, the harvesting is automated, but the planting is not. Then I've got these over here. I've got these farms for pumpkins and melons, and these are push button farms. So I push these buttons, and it breaks and pushes the melons into this chest. Unfortunately, it doesn't work 100% of the time, so there are some melons left over there. And the same thing for the pumpkins. Pumpkins, it still leaves a few there. But the idea, you can see the idea. And I've thought of a way of fully automating these so that it's not done by push button. I also think that there is a way to do this where you lose fewer melons and pumpkins in the process. So these are, I need to update these, basically. I need to modernize these to make them fully automated and to have them lose less stuff. But that's how they are for now. That is another project for the future, is to automate these and make them work better. So let's go up here to the third floor, and here we have the animal farms. We have sheep over here, from which I've gotten a lot of wool. I have cows over here for steaks and leather. I have chickens for obvious reasons, and pigs. So the animals that are mostly known for food are here, and they're just in pens. There are ways to automate the harvesting of the things that they drop, but I haven't done that. Maybe in the future, but I actually kind of enjoy the process of ranching, of breeding these animals, and manually getting what I need from them. So it's a start. Yes, I did name this one Jeb, and so it is the rainbow sheep. It was a bit of fun. So that's this floor. There's plenty of space here, so I could add more if I wanted to. I could expand these, or if I wanted to breed other animals, I could bring them in here. But for now, this has been adequate. It has supplied enough meat and feathers and wool and leather that I don't really need to expand it right now. And then if we move up here, we have the trees. And I have one of each kind of tree, except I have 2 oak trees. And I have used this to get different types of wood for different builds. And I decided to make this little creek that runs through this floor, make it kind of a decorative and just a fun thing. I had to get lots of mossy cobblestone from different places because at this time I don't have a way to make mossy cobblestone. That's another thing that we will work on. But yeah, we have dark oak and spruce and acacia and jungle wood over here. We have birch and oak wood over here. It's just 1 or 2 trees each, so it doesn't produce a lot of wood, but when I was working on bigger projects that I wanted other kinds of wood for, I would use bone meal to regrow the trees. The project that you saw with the villager apartment building that's made out of acacia wood, that wood came from here. I just regrew this tree over and over and harvested the wood until I had enough for this project over here. So there is that. I wanted this to just feel like a nice, peaceful place to be. I have a very tall roof. There's nothing up there. This is the top floor. But I wanted to leave plenty of room for these trees to grow as tall as they wanted to. There may be enough room for me to grow an extra tall jungle tree or an extra tall spruce tree. That's something I may do, but for now, I haven't needed these trees for a while, so they just are here. Mainly for decoration, and if I want to go someplace peaceful that feels like it's outdoors, then this is the place to go. So this is the self-sustaining building. It needs to be lit a little better. Lighting is it's the biggest pain in this game. I'm not really satisfied with any of the lighting options. So as you can see, I just put some torches down for some areas that were not adequately lit, so we don't get mobs spawning. Same with really the whole building. But there is room to grow here if I ever wanted to expand it, and if I wanted to just live here, well, I could use a bed. I could put a bed on any of these floors, or I could make another floor for like a living area. But I've got all the food that I could possibly need. I've got wood. I've got workbenches down here for crafting things, and yeah, it's got everything that I need. Well, almost everything. Like I said, needs a brewing stand here, needs a bed, and it could be just a bit homier, but for now, it's fine. Basically, everything that I have in this world is adequate to serve its purpose, but not spectacular. That's something that I want to change in the future. I want to build things that are more than just adequate, that work well, that provide resources, and that look better. But that is what we have here. It's nighttime, so we will have to look out for bad guys. There are more llamas over there. Like I said when I started, I wanted to spend the first couple weeks showing you around my town, and we're almost done with that. I have a couple more things to show. I want to show you my nether base, and I want to show you the end, where I've built a little bit in the end and the nether. So once I've done that and I've shown you what this project is going to be, this unfinished project, then I think we're pretty much done with showing you the world, and it will be time instead to take on new projects. There are other parts of the world that we will explore more in the future, but they're not really part of the town, so it's not super important to explore right now. For instance, these rails go off to other villages, to other biomes. I've needed some resources from other biomes, so I made it easy for me to get to the nearest of those biomes with this rail system. So that's one thing that we will explore. In fact, I think after we look at house number 3 over here, the next thing we will explore is this building, and then we will look at the nether and the end. But that is the end of this video for now. Thank you for joining me on this view of the self-sustaining building, this modern-looking skyscraper in my town. And yeah, this will be a project that moves beyond just showing you around to what's here. It's almost time to move on from show to build new projects. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.